things started. Today's webinar is on the power of online reviews for real estate. My name is Riti. We founded RankMyAgent with a simple mission to raise the bar in the industry and connect the very best agents to the public based on verifiable reviews. Some housekeeping. The webinar itself will be about 45 minutes in length. There will be a Q&A at the end. However, if you do have any questions throughout this webinar, feel free to use the chat box and type away, and our team will certainly try to address those questions. If there's anything left, of course, at the end of the presentation, feel free to ask us about those questions. Okay, so as I had mentioned, my name is Riti, and we had founded RankMyAgent with that simple belief that there needs to be more trust in online reviews. We found that there was a lot of slander online, and it was hard to find a good real estate agent to work with that you could actually trust. So because of this disconnect between what you hear, the good word of mouth that you may hear in person from a family or friend that recommends, how do you take that online, and how do you help agents that are great get noticed? So that was a disconnect that existed for in my mind all the time. So I came from a technology background, and then I got licensed as an agent. That was something that always kind of played out. And then we started the project with about 500 beta test users across the country in Canada. And now we are over 10,000 agents across the country, predominantly in Canada. And so that's a little bit about our journey to date with RankMyAgent. I'm going to introduce to you our wonderful senior account manager, Pascal.
I'm one of the account, oh, there it goes. I'm one of the account managers at RankMyAgent. A little bit about me. I currently reside in Calgary, Alberta, and I do have a background in marketing. As account manager, I'm in charge of a lot of the day-to-day operations and answering questions from clients like you. So anything that you have questions about RankMyAgent or about your account or need help or assistance with, you can certainly contact our support team, and I'm probably there. I can't do my job alone, so I have two great account managers also on our team, and Gianna is one of them. So Gianna will be in charge of the chat box today. So if you have any questions during the presentation, certainly drop it in the chat box, or we do have a Q&A session later. And if you do have questions after the presentations, give us an email and we'll be happy to help you out.
Thank you so much, Pascal. Great. So the topics today are, if you're new to RankMyAgent, the very basics of what is RankMyAgent, what are the benefits. Then we're going to help you get set up with your comprehensive RankMyAgent profile. So I would encourage you to follow along with us, to log into your accounts. And if you are, of course, new to RankMyAgent, watch for today, and then there will be a recording if you need to follow along as well. We want to actually show you how you can add contacts, how you can send review requests, how you can track them, talk more about review templates and how these will make your life very, very much easier in the day-to-day as you request reviews in the future. And talk about little tricks on how to optimize your RankMyAgent account to get noticed in geo-farming areas, and how to really be showcased in areas that are maybe underserved on RankMyAgent if you actually work there. So there are some opportunities within that. Then we want to talk about the client's journey. Well, what is the review process for the client? How can you make it easier for them to finish the reviews as well? So we'll talk about that. And the last bit of the presentation is more about generating more business using reviews, talking about integrations such as REALTOR.ca integrations with Google and LinkedIn, how to add more organic appeal to your profile by adding photographs and adding geolocations, responding to reviews, how you can actually download these graphics that are created, automatically generated for you, and create your Instagram, create your Instagram stories, and how you can actually amplify RankMyAgent in other social networks. We'll talk about the RankMyAgent awards as well, and then some key strategies. Okay, so there is quite a bit to cover here, and very fundamental. When people look for an agent, they look for someone who they can trust, someone who has experience, and also, of course, the repetition of that agent. Now, these trends, though, what I have here is from 2021 generational trends report. However, it hasn't changed. I mean, if I look back 10, 15 years ago, these were the things that the public wanted, and not surprisingly, these are still very important areas. So RankMyAgent basically looked at this data and then developed its survey. So that's how our survey got developed, by looking at what the public wants. Fields that are considered super important are, are you honest? Do you have knowledge of the purchase process, and are you responsive? Once again, very typical that we've been seeing over decades, that this is the desire of every person that is looking for an agent. So, RankMyAgent certainly has been a passion of ours. It's something that we are deeply motivated to work on, and it's something that I always call as my third child in the family, that even the kids are very aware of at this point, and they will ask me how things are going. So it's something that definitely has been one of my passions as well. So basically what RankMyAgent is, it's a leading online platform that connects professionals and brokers to the public. We do this to help agents get recognized, generate leads, and build their online reputation. All reviews on RankMyAgent are based on verifiable closed transactions, firm or closed transactions. And this is actually how we really stand apart from other platforms out there, other social platforms, where anyone, a neighbor could be writing for you, and maybe they haven't even worked with you. So, we ensure that it's actually real deals that have happened. And we do have open access to APIs, and APIs basically is the way that technology talks to each other, so that if an office needed the data from RankMyAgent to display onto their own office website, that is available. And same goes for agents who would need to display these reviews on their site. So it makes it easier. So key features: build your online profile, ramp up your SEO. We have various offerings for individuals, teams, and offices. You can even sync up your Google reviews to RankMyAgent. They do sit on their own area, but there is a possibility to do that. We will show you how. You can share these reviews on Realtor.ca. Now, Realtor.ca, as we all know, is like the #1 Canadian website where most of the public goes to find homes. Having the stars next to your thumbnail photograph on the right-hand side of any listing is very important. It's really going to make a difference over time when most agents have it and then some don't, and then the public will wonder why. So that's why, today I want to show you all how you can do this integration. And we are, proudly Canadian. So, at this point, I would love to start our demo. I encourage you, if you do have your RankMyAgent credentials, to log in and follow along. We're going to do a couple of simple things: setting up your profile, adding contacts, sending and tracking review requests, and we'll show you how to add review templates. If you need your password reset, by the way, for RankMyAgent, we can certainly, if you send us an email, we can certainly help you out with that. So I'm going to actually stop sharing this screen here, and I'm going to open up a browser. You should be able to see my browser now. The first thing that you're going to do is, when you come to RankMyAgent.com, is you would log in. I'll log in with my test agent here, Lori Hughes. Here I am logged into the dashboard. One of the first things you will notice is the current reviews you have. You can even see the latest reviews on the left-hand side. If you're new to RankMyAgent, you'll see most of this area is not populated. So what you want to do to start getting your profile ready is head over to My Account, Edit Profile. Once you're in this area, you want to work on the right-hand side first and start building out the basic details. By the way, if your email address needs to be updated, that is a field from our side. So you can let us know if this needs to be updated and we'd be happy to make that change for you. You go in and put in your position, put in your unique selling proposition, any designations that you have. So if you hit on a Mac, if you're a Mac user, Command Shift, you would be able to select more than one. If you find that a designation you have is missing from our list, please let us know and we'd be happy to add it in for you. It is a fairly comprehensive list, but if anything is missing, do let us know. Any languages that you speak, let's check mark that off. And then your basic social media handles, for example, your Facebook, your Twitter. If you have a website, you would want to list that, your website URL. And you can even add videos. So you can add videos from YouTube or Vimeo onto RankMyAgent. The office, the brokerage details. Now, if your brokerage happens to be missing on the list, or if you are changing, there's a change and you don't see it on the list, send us an email once again, and we'd be happy to change that for you. Some of these details may be pre-filled when we do authorize you, your credentials and give you access onto RankMyAgent. So we do actually check for license verification prior to granting access. We'll talk more about this action in a bit, about amplifying reviews. But once the profile side has been updated, what you want to do is, even at the right side, just update your profile. So you would click the red button to do that. On the left-hand side, you can also add a few more details, such as specialization. So for example, if you focus on custom homes, you'd want to make sure you add that. And then if you may have to make any changes to this list, you can also go click on the red button here to remove any of these specializations. With services, it's the same way. So say if you're focusing more on waterfront properties, you can add that in, and then you're allowed up to 10 in total for specializations and services. One really strong aspect that I really hope everyone works on today is the geo-farming capabilities of RankMyAgent. So if you're very active in a certain neighborhood or a city, you certainly want to let the public know. So in this example, if I have Ontario, if we start off with the province or state, then I pick the city. If I'm in one, then I can pick a different area in one. And so that's my first one, and I can continue adding 9 more after that. So I'm going to go back into, say, if I am in Markham, and I can select an area, and then all I do is click the plus sign, and you'll see that the area has been added. The advantage of this is that when the public does a search on RankMyAgent, and if you have reviews for those areas, you will be shown. So, the more areas you have, the more you will be shown. Also, this crosses over to Google. So if someone is searching for, the best real estate agent in a certain area, and you have those reviews, you will be shown on Google as well. So huge advantage for making sure you use up to the 10 areas. So, moving forward, you can even add awards to RankMyAgent. Just click the plus sign, write a description of the award. So say if it's a 2023 or 2022 award, and then I would just browse for a photograph, and I can go ahead and just upload it. So that would allow the award section to be populated. So I think at this point it would make a lot of sense for us to show you a profile of someone on, from the community who's really doing a great job. Pascal, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, Phil looked great. I checked out his profile and he really filled it out and looks really great. So certainly would recommend checking out his profile to see kind of how you can optimize the front-facing profile to the best it can be.
Perfect. So I'm going in here and I noticed right away that he has his website, he has his Connect social details here that by one click anyone can, go through. He also has a video, he has a featured review. So once you have a couple of reviews on RankMyAgent, you can drop down and select from the drop down which review you want featured. He has a bio, so that was the unique selling proposition area. He has his awards. The geo-farming is here. I love how he's adding photographs so that we get a sense of the types of inventory that he, focuses on, so I can really understand that. And great to see that he's responding to reviews. You can see like what a difference it makes to have something like this, where you have the photograph, you have the areas, and you have all these aspects together. You can understand, well, these are the types of properties that Phil's focusing. So encourage you to go back to past reviews as well to get these added in. We'll show you how you can add photographs in a bit. It's also used that Google integration that I talked about, where your Google reviews, the last 5 Google reviews can be displayed on the RankMyAgent profile. They don't account for RankMyAgent total reviews, but they have their own area. And if someone likes, they can just click here to be taken to his Google page. Yeah, so hopefully that has given you some inspiration on how you can get your profile and your reviews all ready for the next step, which is once the profile is ready, requesting review. Requesting reviews is super simple. All you do is click on the yellow button, the request review button on the top right. So I'm going to actually once again open up my browser, and I'm going to go back into the next step. So I'm logged in as Lori Hughes. You'll see I don't have to log in again because it already has it stored, and I'll hit request review. Now, all you need to do actually is you have 2 options. Either you can put in the email address of the client that you just firmed up the deal with. So I'm going to put in the email address, and if the email address is not in my directory, you'll see that I have an option to continue without adding them to my contact list, or I can add them. If you add them, it makes it super simple for your client to write that review for you, because some areas of that survey will be pre-populated for that client. So I encourage you to add them, and I'm going to actually just go ahead and add myself here. And there is one default template that comes with RankMyAgent. Can you recommend me? So this is the one that you're going to see if you're new to RankMyAgent. However, we're going to show you how you can add more of these templates. So the next step is pretty much you can personalize, the email. Just make sure that these links are untouched, because this is what the clients actually link to write the survey. And then you can even send a copy to yourself. So the survey has gone out. How do you know it's gone out? If you go over to my account, review stats, here's the latest one that I had just sent out. And you can see it's branded with Lori's details, and it's a simple button here. Click here to begin the survey. So you should definitely watch these metrics. So after you send it out, maybe come back the next day and just check, well, was that review request actually delivered? Was it viewed? Did the survey get started? Did it get completed? Surveys getting started. So pretty much if someone was to click on this link, it would say that it got started, but perhaps your client was a little bit busy and was just curious, how long the survey is and what exactly it is. So they may have clicked on it. So in that case, you may see survey started, but not completed. If you see not completed after a few days, I highly encourage you to reach out to your client, to reach out to them via text and ask them if they got the request, and then resend them the request right away. So that's going to help you, definitely get more survey returns. So, that's pretty much how you would go ahead and request reviews. And in my opinion, the best time is when a deal goes firm, because, there's a lot of work that was done to get to that line, to get to that firming line. And this is actually the time when people have more time versus when the actual move happens and you get caught up with maybe not having an internet connection, maybe moving headaches. So that's where I would suggest. Actually, before I jump into templates, I should probably for a second go back into adding contacts in case if you didn't add the contacts the traditional way that I had shown you during the request review. The other way is via going into my account contact. And if you hit create new, you should be able to put in the first name, last name, and email of the client. And that would help you pretty much build out the contact list, and then you can send out the request. So I would just search for, through my list, I can search for that contact. So the contact is from my contact list, and then I can go ahead and send out. And this is useful when you have the same repeat client and you're wanting to send them a request maybe for another transaction. So let's talk about our templates. We do have a variety of templates that you can use to help you, pretty much for every scenario for requesting review. Review templates are basically for any scenario that you may encounter in real estate, and we created this ultimate bundle of review templates to help you. For example, as you firm up a deal many years after closing, if you've helped to recently sell, buy, rent, or even if you're transferring a review from another platform onto RankMyAgent. So pretty much we have some suggestions here of what you could be sending to your clients. So I'm going to pick one that I haven't used for a while to see if it's a reminder template, and I didn't hear from the client and you're trying to get that review. I'm going to copy it, hit create new. This is the reminder template. Paste it and then make sure the spacing is okay. So for these paragraphs, you'd want to make sure to take out the quotation mark, and I'm going to hit create. So now I have this template already, and next time I need to send out a reminder, it'll be super easy because I'm gonna search for my client in here. And once I have my client, the very latest template that I added will be right at the top. So the reminder template is right here. All I need to do now is send request. So I can, even if I personalize this further, I can even save that template. So I can definitely save it here, or you can send a copy to yourself to ensure that you've got that copy. Let's talk about the various types of accounts we have. So far what I've showed you is the individual accounts, but we do have a team account. We have two different types of team accounts. There's a Team Plus account that basically allows every single member of your team to have a premium individual account. However, it is housed under the umbrella of the team account. So this allows every individual on the team to collect their own reviews, but you're able to showcase the entire team's reviews together. And the team administrator can be requesting the reviews on behalf of the agent. So there's a different dashboard that the team administrator would log into to send out those requests as well. So that's something that large teams would find value on. Then we have a Team Lite account, which is for teams where you share deals together. So say that two or three team members do every deal together, and so you would have one login for that, and you can share those reviews to Realtor.ca from that Team Lite account for both parties. Okay, so that was the team bit of the presentation. Maybe we'll pass it to Pascal to discuss more about the client's journey, because if you understand the client's journey, then only can you communicate it back and make the process really easy for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, certainly agreed with Riti there. So the client process, the first step for them, just as Riti has gone over about review requesting, one of the ways that a client can write a review is that you send them a review request. The other way that they can is if they just Google your name, find your RankMyAgent profile, and every account has a write a review button, which they can click to start the survey. As soon as they start the survey, they just need to complete all the information that is there. We give them prompts and everything to just fill out the survey and whatnot, and it should not take longer than like 5 minutes to complete. And so once they submit the review, there is a prompt that tells them to verify their email address. So we do send them an automated message to their inbox. And so there's just a link that they need to click to verify. And this is part of our review process. We do want to let you know that your clients do need to verify their email addresses, just so that we know that it's the person writing the review. If a review isn't verified, it might end up in your awaiting reviewer verification box in your account. So if you have anything that comes up there, that just means that your client forgot to verify, and you might need to come talk to us to get that all sorted and whatnot. Step 5 is specifically if you have a Google or LinkedIn integration. Riti will go into more details later on about this integration, but basically at this step, once they verify their review, they have a landing page that they encounter, and it will have their testimonial ready there to copy over to Google or LinkedIn. Again, Riti will go into more details later in this presentation about. And then finally, they are notified when the review goes live, or if you have responded to the review. Oh, Riti, I believe you're muted right now.
Okay, thank you, Pascal. Okay, so here's what the survey looks like. Your client has a couple of options here. If they're in a rush, they can certainly do a 5-star quick rate that will move all of the stars to the 5. Otherwise, they can certainly go select, the star options between 1 to 5 on each one of these, the criteria such as neighborhood knowledge, experience, professionalism, negotiation skills, property knowledge, communication skills, and contact expectations. And then on the next part of the survey is more about if they found value from the transaction, would they use your service again? So this is actually a very important point. Like, would they use your services again? I mean, I think that this is how you find out who your true ambassadors are, who are the people who will give you referrals. So certainly, look at these insights as, what you can do to hone your business, and who are those strong people that you really need to, be working with and build the relationships with. So I highly encourage you to look at the data that's coming out. Now, the transaction details, when did the agent help you? Meaning that when did it, when is it closing and the year? And then what type of transaction, buy, sell, or rent, property address details, and then just some simple details here about verifying their review. If they're not comfortable using their real name, they can certainly use an alias. So they can use an alias as long as their email is valid and is a true email for them. So certainly let your client know about that, because I think that that does come up, that the client, with the privacy issues, does not want to give a real name, which is fine. But if you use the contact form, if you build that out when you request a review, these areas are going to be pre-filled for your client. You're going to save some steps here for them by using that contact form, and then they would just hit confirm and submit. So that's pretty much the survey. As soon as they complete the survey, they are sent an email saying, "Thank you for your review. Can you please do one last step and verify it?" because we do want to make sure it's a real email. We do want to make sure that we want some bots. So we certainly want them to validate that they did write it. And that's pretty much it. That's what the client has to do on their end. You will be notified right away. So as soon as they have verified that email, that survey, it comes back to you in your inbox, and we also get a copy of it. So now, on this last bit of the presentation, we're going to talk about generating more business with reviews. We're going to be talking about how to optimize your accounts, some of our integrations as well, such as the Google and Realtor.ca. I also want to leave you with some case studies that you can look at as inspiration to guide you on how best to leverage reviews based on our community of agents. And then I'm going to leave you with some strategies that I hope will also make you the online review expert. Okay, so let's start this bit of our presentation about optimizing. And one of the easiest ways to optimize your review is after the review goes live, there is an area where you can add a location of that review. So, the property address is never shared live, but you can add a neighborhood because that's going to give a sense to someone about where do you actually work. To do that, all we have to do is head over to my dashboard. So let me just, for a second, show here and open up a browser. Okay. So here I am in my account logged in as Laurie Hughes. I'm going to go over to reviews. And you'll see that there's certain areas, there's some pending reviews, awaiting moderation. So that means they're awaiting moderation from us or awaiting reviewer verification. So say if the reviewer didn't click on that email, they would be sitting here. If that's the case, by the way, send us an email and let us know, and we'll try to help you to get that verified. We were talking about geofarming, and the way that you can geofarm is pretty much by clicking on the current location that you already have. So say if a location has been pre-filled for you, you can still go ahead and select the neighborhood. I'm going to select neighborhood and click save, and you can see that this has come up. So this is one way on my reviews. I'm going to give some more information to my potential future clients who could be reading your reviews. So I encourage you to use that geofarming ability. Then I also wanted to point out once again that there is an edit profile, that geofarming side on the left-hand side. So, we look at the geofarming that you're telling us, like the areas that you focus on. Then we also look at where your surveys are actually being returned from, like what addresses, and based on that match, that's how the algorithm will, help you be found on RankMyAgent. So if I go to my next slide here, you'll see that there's a couple of filters we have: trending, top reviewed locally, top reviewed, and pretty much the way that it works is that trending is people in the last 90 days that have been doing a lot of transactions in a certain area. So we look at the survey returns, and then top reviewed locally also works that way. So that's kind of like all time versus trending, which is 90 days. And then top reviewed is like the highest reviewed person in that area. So these filters are available for the public to just hone down, what type of agent and what they're looking for. On the top of the search, we have something called help services. So if they're looking for an agent to help them sell, they would click sell, that would be highlighted. And then the type of professional, say if they are just looking at teams or individuals, so that they can, then go ahead. With those Team Plus accounts, the individual accounts are also shown because it is an individual that has that account, but they're part of an umbrella account as well. Okay, so let's now talk about the Realtor.ca integration. Now, this is a one-time integration that you would do. And after that, all your reviews would show up on Realtor.ca on your listings. So I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to wait for your first review on RankMyAgent to go ahead with that integration. So all you do is go to member.realtor.ca. So that's the first step. I kind of so member.realtor.ca. Once you're there, choose your boards. I'm going to choose my boards and I'm going to sign in. So once I'm in here, you'll see that there is a My Profile area and there's something called Update My Profile. In Update My Profile, you are going to see that there is an area called Realtor Ratings and Testimonials. What you want to do is grab your RankMyAgent ID, which is your unique ID. So I'm going to copy Lori's here just as an example. I'm going to go back into Realtor.ca and I'm going to paste it in. And then you would just click link my Realtor.ca profile. And once you do this, what you're going to notice is within 45 minutes, all your reviews that you have on RankMyAgent will be shared there. I really like it because, first of all, I know that Realtor.ca has so much traffic and I want to put my reviews, my trusted reviews there. Secondly, when I have open houses and all, it's nice to have the stars next to my name because, I have a lot of new people that I don't know that are coming in. And this is how you're going to help build that trust for yourself. We do have an integration with Twitter. So you could link up your Twitter business account so that anytime a review is over 4+, it automatically will have a thumbnail of your photograph and that testimonial. To do this integration, all you do is head over to my edit profile. So I'm going to actually go back into my dashboard and just show you where this is, my account, edit profile. And you're going to see right in the bottom here, there is connect to Twitter. You can follow the steps here. It's pretty much, you need to log into Twitter and authorize the app, and that connection would be formed there to have any 4+ reviews stream on to the profile. There is also an integration with Google, and we had shown you that integration when we showed you Filigree profile in the beginning. It had some Google reviews showing. If you want that integration, just send us an email at support@rankmyagent.com and we'd be happy to set it up on our site. Here's an example of what it looks like. Here's some examples of the Twitter integration, by the way. You'll see that it has a badge and then it has the review. Okay, so, a huge pain point for real estate professionals is how do I get this review that I have on a different platform? How do I get it onto, other platforms, other social networks such as Google and LinkedIn? Because, you do want to be everywhere. So what we did was make it very seamless for your clients to get that review onto these networks. What happens is that in the step that they verify the review, if you have done the integration, which we'll show you shortly, pretty much they're taken to this landing page. This is the landing page that Pascal was talking about that you're taken to, and they have an option here to share this review on Google or LinkedIn. And the review that they wrote is right here available for them. All they do is hit copy, and then they click one of these to get it sent over. And then you'll see that with the integration, a pop-up comes up with your profile and they can just paste it in and post. So we've made it super, super simple for them. Google does require them to do this step. So there's no auto posting without them doing this step because it wants each and every person to be writing that review. But by giving the review to them that they already wrote and doing this integration, you can save them a lot of time. Same goes with LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn, they would go ahead and just kind of, they would search and then they would be able to, with that one link, paste the link, paste the review from RankMyAgent onto Google. If by any chance they were in a rush and when they wrote the review, they didn't do this for you, there's one more opportunity. When the review goes live, they get an email, and within this email, there's a link to those pages as well. That would help them. So, how do you go about doing this integration? And I encourage you to do it. It's like a one-time setup that you do. What you need to do is head over to your edit profile. So I'm going to actually show you where it's located. So if I head over to edit profile, and right on the right-hand side here, you're going to see a section called Amplify Your Reviews. And what you want to do is grab your Google Business Page ID. And in order for you to grab it, to click the Learn More. This Learn More will walk you through where to log into your Google Business Page and how to grab it once you have it. So there's some screenshots to follow. Once you have this, all you do is paste it back onto RankMyAgent. You would paste it here, and that way, your clients can easily write that review. Same goes with LinkedIn. There's a link here in the Learn More, and if you follow that, it's pretty much it has to be like this sort of format. So your LinkedIn profile name has to be added, and then that client can go ahead and easily add it. By the way, if you need us to check if you've done this right, you can certainly send us an email, and we would be happy to test it out for you. We also have something called widgets. Widgets basically allow reviews from RankMyAgent that are live to go onto your own website. I like how Scarlett has combined it here, with her website. So when she gets new RankMyAgent reviews, automatically it streams onto her own website. I think there's a couple of more examples. I'm gonna play this video. Here's an example of a team. So Greg and Steve Hammer's team. And it's the various team members, and these reviews are showing. Here's an office example. They've done this via an API, so we can certainly give you access to an API that would allow the offices. Here's an individual. I like it because you're not maintaining static testimonials that you have to update all the time. I mean, you do it in one place and it goes everywhere. Let's talk about amplifying your reviews and the graphics that are instantly shared. I'm going to pass it to Pascal now, who will show you this part of it.
Yes, thanks, Riti. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, is this showing?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was going to move some tabs around. Okay, so great. So I'm just going to go over because we know that it's a digital space where your online reviews are from. So we know that the importance about setting yourself apart in this online space. And so certainly we have the tools here available to you to make sure that your reviews reflect your brand and are personalized towards you, and that people get to know you a bit more and whatnot with what we have. So the first thing that we have is downloadable shareable graphics. So whenever you get a new review, RankMyAgent gives you an email that the review is live, and you are able to download your review as a graphic. What this graphic is your testimonial with your star rankings and whatnot that you can download straight to your computer as soon as the review goes live. So these reviews, downloadable graphics, are great for using for social media. They fit all image requirements that are needed for Facebook or Instagram. So you can quickly add that to your phone, post it online as soon as you get that review. Also, we have seen agents use them for listing presentations or other marketing materials. So certainly these are here for you, but also I will go over with Canva of how to personalize them a bit better to fit more of your branding and whatnot if that is needed. Another thing that's part of your customizability with RankMyAgent is oh, actually, here's just an example of what it looks like when it's completed. So also what I'm going to go into next is adding a photo to the reviews. So as you can see on the right-hand side of my screen, that is what it looks like with the photo attached. And you did see an example of agents adding that. So certainly I will go into Lori's account and show you exactly how you can do this. But yes, if you add a photo to your review within RankMyAgent, you can download them as that graphic there. Another thing that we also recommend that you do is to respond back to your reviews. It just highlights your professionalism with all the feedback that you're getting back from your clients. And also a great thing about responding to reviews is that it is seen publicly on your profile and people can see how active you are online. So we certainly would recommend you to do this because, if they see that you're active responding to your clients, it will certainly help build that trust that you are very constant with your clients. So I'm just gonna open up Lori's page right here. So to find all of these things that I have just been speaking about, you will go under the reviews page that you can find under my account. And with all published reviews, so all the reviews that are live on your profile, you can certainly select one. And there is going to be an options menu underneath indicated by the 3 dots. So respond to your review, you can click that, you can respond back to your client, they will get that email notification that you have. You can add the photo, PNG, or JPEGs we accept, and then that download graphic if you want to download it from your account. So certainly if there's an old review that you didn't get a chance to, they're all downloadable. So if you have ones from a while ago, certainly we would encourage you to do that. Just going to jump back to the slide. So I'm just going to quickly go over Canva and personalizing your downloadable graphics with Canva. You can use any photo editor. We do recommend Canva because it is free and it has a lot of customizability and it's easy to use. It is for people who might not use photo editors very often. So certainly would recommend you to get an account. So Canva is also great because they already have pre-established layouts and whatnot, as you can see here. So if you have different social medias and whatnot, Canva will 90% have the layouts that are available for you today. So what you will want to do with your graphics that you receive within your Canva account, I'll just show you some examples of what we have created with our free version of RankMyAgent. So, not RankMyAgent, but of Canva. But as you can see that there's a ways to customize it towards you, to add in your own branding, your own marketing materials to it, and just grabbing by uploading the file of your downloadable graphic that's in your computer. And certainly there are different options here with elements, text, and whatnot. Canva also has a whole bunch of FAQ documentation that they have that are quite easy to follow along with if you're a complete beginner. But certainly this is available for you. And if you want to share it, just go down to the share and download it to your computer, and then you can save it onto your devices, and you can share them quickly.
Much, Pascal. I love the power of using RankMyAgent's auto testimonials that are made for you, and then combine it with Canva just to speed up the whole social marketing aspect. So at this point, would love to talk about more what other agents in our community are doing, and hopefully give you some ideas on what you could be doing in terms of using these reviews to generate more business. So let me just actually, you can be able to see my screen. Perfect. One thing that comes to my mind is spring season is here. Listing presentations are definitely going to be in demand, and you're going to be getting calls. And what you certainly want to do is repurpose your reviews, repurpose them onto listing presentations, and encourage your client to go to a third-party site such as RankMyAgent to learn more about yourself, because that's how trust is built. And the more they read about you, the more they read about the scenarios, they're going to be wanting to work with you. I love how Dave has done that here. Dave LTC from Toronto, where he's repurposed the reviews, and then he's encouraging clients to go online. And on his website, he has a section where he has a nice testimonial from a client, and then he's encouraging the client by links. Okay, go to Rank My Agent to learn more, or go to YouTube and learn more, because the video testimonials are also important. So you definitely want to combine those two elements. You may also want to consider in your profile to add some video testimonials, because you have that area with YouTube and Vimeo where you can add those, videos as well. So you may want to do that. Okay, so DFH here is sharing the reviews of their agents, onto the office website. That this is something that an office would want to consider. We do have APIs available, and you can definitely get all the data and then display it like this. I like how reviews have this online and offline element. So Simon here has many reviews on RankMyAgent, and he's pretty much encouraging his clients or potential clients to go online and learn more about him. Because when it's on a third-party site, the trust is there. It's not something like, it's not a banner, it's not a bench ad that you put and what you're saying. It's more what the clients are feeling about you. So that holds a lot of value. In terms of social media, you can certainly run ads with your reviews. So once you reach a certain milestone with your reviews, you'd want to run some ads. So this is what is being done here by Dave, and here's some more examples of sharing on Instagram. So this was something where a testimonial was taken, and then a product such as Canva helps them to generate a graphic here. We often see this where agents are, sharing the reviews on Facebook and Instagram. So, they've taken an example of, like a testimonial, a part of the review, what was said, and then they have a page 2 that goes to the actual review. Some more examples of taking reviews from online to offline with those banners, like read my reviews, some Instagram examples. Offices sharing success. I mean, I think that is the best compliment for an office when agents are doing well and thriving and the reviews speak for themselves. I think that really shows, and also helps with recruiting. Actually, I want to add that when you have amazing agents that are working in an office, and you see that it helps bring in new agents as well. We do have the Rank My Agent Awards, and agents were sharing their successes on that. I'll talk more about those awards, but some more examples of running ads. I love this one here on the right-hand side because it takes the organic photograph of the happy sellers, and then it takes the reviews, and then it also has the Rank My Agent logo, encouraging the client to do their research and read more about this team. If you're new to RankMyAgent and you're trying to gain traction, what I suggest is to run a contest. Pretty much, in your newsletter, you could run a contest and say that anyone who writes a review for you that's actually done a transaction with you, they will be entered for a draw. The draw can be so simple as, in this example, it was some complimentary passes to a fall home show. I've seen Amazon gift cards. I've seen all creative ideas that were given out, and it just kind of encourages to create that excitement. Reviews are super powerful with SEO. So I did a quick search for this team, the Move team, and you'll see that the orange stars appear right under, and the Rank My Agent page appears on top. And you will see that this happens for you as well when you collect reviews. On the right-hand side is something called a knowledge box. You'll see the reviews from the web showing. And organically over time, you'll see that your popular review site will show for, here for Kelowna Sisters, it's the Rank My Agent site that's showing. And this is something organic that happens over time. So certainly encourage you to, start building out those reviews, because there are some Google advantages as well on that. So now, we had awards. We've had awards for the last 2 years, and here's some examples of agents sharing that success. If you did win a roster this year, that's the name of our awards. If you did win this year, here's some examples of what you should be doing with your awards. Use a widget on your website. So on our dashboard, when you log in, there's a widget section, and you can download, you can take the copy of that code and pretty much send it to your developer, and then they can, you can let them know where you want it on your site. So in this example, the roast team shows right on top. In your email signatures, that's a great place to tell, potential clients that, reviews are important to your business, and, share that success. We've even seen them shared on billboards, as this example from Mark. Now, to qualify for reviews for these awards for next year, make sure that you collect reviews for transactions for the 2023 year between January to December. And we look at the quality rating and number of reviews that have happened in that time frame, and that's what we use to shortlist you. And then in the first week of January, we announce who the winners are every year. So, I want to leave you with some steps to help you become, stellar with your reviews, to provide an awesome customer experience. And I'm sure you are. If you're here today, I'm sure you're very focused on the customer and how you can enrich that experience for them. Make it easy for them to leave reviews by adding something onto your email signatures, write a review or read my reviews. Leverage your past clients list if you're new. So you'd want to definitely, take a look at that client list and number it 1 to 3 as one most likely to write a review for you. And if they haven't done that, make sure that they do write that review. You can use the built-in request reviewer for that. Plant the seed early with your clients. So when you are, getting that, going for the listing appointment, first of all, you should have a page with testimonials that Dave had, showcasing those reviews. When you do win that listing, when you're, working with a client, let them know that you will request that review from them at the firm of the transaction. Do those verbal check-ins with them to see, is there anything that you can do to help them? Is there something that you need to do further? That way you're almost doing a verbal survey with them, and ensure a great result at the end. And just, as soon as it goes firm, request that review out. Respond to all feedback, because, that's critical. And then use industry-specific platforms, because there are differences between platforms. You want to make sure you are using the real estate platform. So, I want to leave you with, if you don't have a RankMyAgent account, or if you need a password reset, reach out to us so that we can get you set up. And then, integrate it into your system. So make sure you integrate reviews into your system. If you are a RE/MAX agent, we do have an integration with RE/MAX.ca for you. So you may be interested in that, and you can reach out to us about that. So request reviews each and every time, and share those graphics everywhere. So, to summarize, this is the end of our webinar, but I do want to open up to any questions that you may have had. That's great, Pascal. And I see that Priscilla did ask us here, can we download graphics on cell phone? Yes, you can. As soon as a review goes live, you do get an email saying the review is live. And within this email, there's a link to download graphic right away. A great suggestion, because I think Instagram is better on cell phone than on desktop. So yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. I realize I've gone over time. I really do appreciate your time with us today, and we really do value the relationship. If you would like to RankMyAgent to, meet some other need or help you further, or if you have any ideas on how you want RankMyAgent to be, get back to us, send us an email. We love hearing that, because this product is only built by your trust in us and your feedback. So we're really appreciative of that. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe, and we will connect soon again.